What's up guys, it's Subsy here, and this is a Kickstarter campaign that I backed, and I haven't actually seen this in person. All I remember is the video from it, and if you guys have backed anything on Kickstarter, you know that by the time you get it, you normally forgot what it is that you actually bought. And that was the case with this until they shipped, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that, because that was last year at some point. But let's get into it. So I should probably say that although this is packaging that is shipped, or has shipped to me, this may not be what everybody gets, because I'm not sure if backers get a different thing, but this seems pretty standard for, you know, a lamp. Actually, I should say subpar. Just looking inside, it doesn't seem very environmentally friendly. Lots of sharp corners. I nearly cut myself just now, but hopefully the product speaks for itself. And wow, sharp. Okay, lots and lots of plastic, which I'm not entirely fond of. That's a bad sound. Let's clear some things up. Let's take some things out. So we have a box which I'll open up later, instructions, and you can see why I'm excited about this. It's a floating lamp. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is very sharp along the edges, and the bottom one's actually cut or ripped or cracked. This isn't very environmentally friendly. And we have something heavy here, which is the lamp, which I'll get into in a second. And we have the base, which is sort of the main thing of this. I think there's something that I completely forgot about this. It has a wireless charger in the stand for your phone, and I completely forgot about that, which is awesome, because I was meaning to buy another wireless charger, and maybe now I don't have to. Maybe I can just use this. But I do have to see what actual charging standard it supports, if it supports my phone, and if it does not. So this is pretty okay. Something bad. It's damaged. When I say damaged, the corner is damaged. So if I show you guys what I mean, right there. Like, it's not the biggest thing, but it's certainly not the best built thing. There's so much weight at the top, but there's nothing at the bottom. The bottom is hollow, and very hollow. All of the weight is within this. It looks amazing, don't get me wrong. And it has, at the front, it has a USB-A and USB Type-C port, but it just doesn't feel amazing. Like, when you pick it up, but you're not going to be picking it up, you're going to be putting it on the side, and it's going to be, you know, just there for you to look at. But yeah, let's put that to a side. Let's take the actual bulb out, which looks quite nice actually. It's got a strong smell of something. I don't entirely know what that is. Okay, so this is the Edison style bulb. So they have different types of bulbs. So we have the bulb thingy, which that was a strong connection. Shit. It's a bit more difficult to take off. I mean, if you tilt it, it's perfect, but don't pull it down, because it does come off quite quickly. One thing that does bug me is the actual size of this is different to the size of this. It's not by much, to be fair, but if I hold it like that, you can sort of tell that the dimensions are slightly smaller. So if I put it to the bottom, and then you can see, like, it's just like 3 millimeters off or something like that, which is more than I would like. But let's power it on and see how it actually goes. I can't power this on. It's not got the UK power adapter. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I am back, and I have connected it to a adapter, which didn't go too well. It sparked. Well, it didn't spark me, I saw the electricity. But let's actually start this off and just do this. Oh wow, that's stiff. There's a button at the front. No, there's no buttons. Just try it. I don't get it. It's not on. Okay, so now I have it connected, and there's two things to note with it. One, when you put it on, it's just there, it's off. This is the off mode. So when it's connected, it's off. When you have it down, it's on. But I really hope this had a flat surface, like some sort of fabric, because if it falls, it's quite heavy. But that's amazing. So that button is a touch button for this. Let me just see how it... That's good. So before it falls, it just catches onto the magnet. That's amazing, but also I really hoped for more. Like, this is super cool. Like, you can just... It's still wobbling, and that bugs me. It doesn't stop wobbling. And of course, I'll show you some good B-roll, not this kind of crap, but this is how it works. So I was wrong, there is no wireless charger built into this. I kind of thought there would be. There's even vents on the side, but I don't understand what's actually happening with this, because if I take this off, something is broken. And I don't exactly know what that is. So this is like an issue. This is one of the reasons that you should not back Kickstarters just quickly, but it's also not a reason to not back Kickstarters, because you get some amazing products, but then you get some not so amazing products. Some that look really good in a product image and a video and when somebody's talking about it, and the amount of R&D that's going into certain aspects of it. But the execution, like, I mean, even just the print at the bottom, it's not aligned. And stuff basic like that, the quality of the cable is very cheap. The actual quality of the connector, it's super cheap. It just seems like everything was it sort of came from like Alibaba or something. So this is actually broken. And that could have been because of the cheap packing material, because, I mean, this is the protection it had, which is nothing, because the one that's broken, like, it just broke. That level of protection can lead to this kind of stuff happening because nothing is there to absorb the impact. It's a shame because I was really excited about this. There are, should I say, two USB mode. It has a speaker because it said Bluetooth mode. I don't want to use this as a speaker. Let's try and connect it and see what it's like. So it does have a wireless charger, but it's broken. I've tried it on like every position and there's nothing. It also has a Bluetooth speaker, which doesn't sound that great. I'll try to connect to it now. That's a very bad sounding speaker. Let's try to play something on it. So that's full volume. So it's very shallow, like it's got a lot of low end, but it seems like they, overemphasize that for making up for everything else that it lacks in the speaker quality. I would not use this as a speaker. I would have liked to use this as a wireless charger, but maybe that's the thing that's broken inside for me. But there's nothing else that I've missed. But the sort of conclusion for this is, yes, it's awesome. It looks cool. But the execution of this amazing idea is not so good. So the fact that this can stay there and it's using magnets and is wirelessly powering the bulb, it's great. But all they need is to completely redesign the base, like in every single way, from the materials to the print of the sort of pattern that's on it, to the painting, anodization, whatever you want to do to it. Even the quality of the USB-A port, it's one of those cheap ones that you can buy for like a Arduino kit or something like that for like less than a few dollars or less than $8, with the sides that go out that clip into it. So not the ones that are actually made for the product. That sort of everything with this is executed cheaply, and that's what I have an issue with. Everything above this, so from this pole to the head, to the actual bulb itself, is done really well. Like you can see the matte finish on this. Why couldn't they continue that to the base? Everything below is as cheap as they can make it. And that's something which you don't know with the Kickstarter until you've got the product. And that's something that you can't really get away from. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, do you like this? Do you like the design, like the concept of this? Do you want a floating lamp? Or do you think it's too fragile because somebody could just knock it over, and I don't want to do that. But the execution of this is not something that I can actually recommend unless you want it purely for aesthetics, which is probably what I'm going to use this for. This is not going to, because it doesn't work. Like the Bluetooth is bad. I'm not going to use this to charge my phone because the wireless charger doesn't work, and I don't need to plug something into this, which is going to be using a wall adapter to power it because it's an American plug. So I'm not going to use it for its purpose, apart from, you know, the core purpose. So I'm glad I got the Edison bulb, because that does look pretty cool. It's very dim, I have to say that, so you shouldn't use it to light anything, but it works, it's functional, it's purely for aesthetics. Maybe with version 2 they can, you know, get some actual industrial design done, because the concept is good, the videos were great, but they never showed like a really crappy cable. They never showed a really cheap version of painted wood as the base and something without any weight to it, because it can be so much better. Like, this mouse weighs more than this entire thing. That just sort of says it all, right? I'm gonna try and make this as still as I can. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good idea at all? Or do you think it's just a terrible idea? Why would you want something so fragile that you could just drop it? And I'm gonna try to put this back on as smoothly as I can, which is not easy because it starts to move more after you let go, and it also doesn't help that I'm moving the table with it. But yeah, what do you guys think about this idea? What do you think about the execution? Do you think there's like worth in it? Do you think they can do better in a version 2? Or is this the end of this company? Like, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. But as always, it's been Subsy here, and I'll see you guys next time.